ready.
Hey everybody, and welcome to round 5 of AWC. I'm your host, VIPPrimo, and guess what track we're at today? Oh, it's not hard to figure out. Monaco GP, the ultimate competition track when it comes to this. This is probably going to be the most difficult challenge that these guys face right now. They are going to have to run a tight race with a lot of different areas in it that are big-time competitions that have a lot of spaces in here. You can see here a slowdown, a bump area, a fall-off area. Like all these different areas that these guys are going to have issues with is a guarantee that somebody is going to have something that wakes them up that causes them to crash. And the other thing is the whole time they're doing this, they cannot exceed a 122 for the entire lap. So that's the part time today for 122. It's a good track today, and we're actually going to have a long one today as we come around. Here's the last chance. Okay, guys, it is time to bring the heat. Let's go. Team Chris started off with a great pole position today. Ran awesome in qualifying. Oh, just some smashing in behind there with Rhymes and Shaney. But, yeah, she was running a solid run. Now she has a Comet SR today, which is probably going to put her in a nice position up front. I'm going to give her a little bit of leeway. Whoa. But the other cool thing about this track is that sometimes car selection is really not going to make much of a difference in here, because these cars running in the race that they're running need to get at a certain speed that even on their first lap they can break par. So this is going to be interesting. We're actually going to cover the par times as we come across the start finish line for the first lap. So if somebody wants to go fast or somebody wants to get a car that's too fast, they can end up screwing themselves up majorly for the first lap. Okay, SAS, who we got here? We got behind SAS is Rhymes. Well, we're going to jump up to Shaney real. No, we're going to stick with here. So here we have Rhymes coming in behind Montana. Oh, and there's Shaney taking to the outside line. And there they go. So let's see what they got for times. 120. So you were saying 122s and 123s first lap to get that first. Like now they're already on their par system. So that may seem weird at first, but normally because they're 2 or 3 seconds behind. But with the way the track is set up, that's the way it happens. So these three guys right here are going to fight it out to find out who's going to do what. There's so many places to screw up here. Any kind of fighting that's going to go on is going to be tight. They're going to be figuring out places to go as Rhymes bangs into the back of Montana. But here he comes to the inside. This tunnel right here, that little bleed off area there, it's something that a lot of people would say is curb boosting, but that's the thing is it doesn't really work much for this. You have to really get off the gas as you go through it. So even if you were curb boosting, you can't really keep too much of the power down. Places in here where you go a little bit of airborne, you have to stay off the gas to get into them, control the cars. So there we go. Shaney's got a dedicated lead right now. Let's see how we're doing for times here. Still 122s, 123s in the back there, 128s. Those guys are hurting a little bit. And DeathPercepshun currently right now is in the third position. First place is Shaney boy. Shaney trying to dominate his lead. Team Chris in second. Fourth overall points is Rhymes. So it looks like he's trying to move up his points level here. And then you got these top three guys that are going to try to continue their role as kings of the hill. I would like to have seen Sneaky come back tonight, but Agent did make a return, so we're happy to see him. And those guys are running a little bit slow, but that's okay. We're going to have a champion no matter what. Oh, Montana loose. That gave Rhymes a chance to come in, but that spot right there is not easy to use. Yeah. Yeah. Rhymes right now is complaining that he's having difficulty passing Montana, and that's the beauty of this track. It's very tough to get the leverage, especially when everybody's running so competitive. And then right there, let's see, we got to slow down there. No, okay, let's see what we got for times. 122 for Montana, pull 185. So he's got the time to beat right now. But there's Rhymes is in the back. So Rhymes has got a cornering car, so he tends to catch up in the corners. But then these top speed cars like the 770 and stuff, they're tough to beat when they go in straight lines. Team Chris has got a Comet SR. I don't know how she is staying. She must have taken some equipment off the car because it's just dialing in par today. She was able to make the pole position today solidly, which was really fun, really cool. So here we come on this other turn here. It's a very difficult turn to go through. And wait, do we see Rhymes? So let's do a little bit of moving back here. Let's go back to Death. See where Death is in this equation. Got plenty of time on the race today to check everybody out, see what their cars are. Yeah, he's got another Comet there. See how far off the pace he is. He's a long way back. And we have Agent Ranger. So here's Agent. The Team Chris entered first right now. As soon as we moved away, of course. So let's see where Andrew Shady. Oh, Andrew. Such a strong showing today. Whenever he gets on the track, it's like he either gets par or he ends up getting a slow car that he can't make work. So we're going to go right back to Montana. So I'm sure he's in his battle right now. So Rhymes has made his move, is all the way up into that position. So we spent a lot of time on Montana today. Let's move up to Rhymes. So these guys, you know what? We're gonna move. Oh, there's a little bit of battling going up front here. So before they even go across this finish line here, oh, okay. So Shaney did pick. He thought he broke par. We haven't said anything, but he's made the best lap so far of his one. That's going to be a tough one to beat. So even if he comes in second, it'll give him a nice bonus point to put him on tie with that front place positions. Montana taking his third place position back with Rhymes because his car is not top speed, so he's got back in the turns where the 770 is not seems to struggle more, and Rhymes does not struggle at all. And this is becoming a fight. You can take him on that inside. Solid racing move right there. The only problem I hate with this track is it's very difficult to view, especially when trying to get those front end views the way we just had it there. But hey, don't forget, guys, like and subscribe to the channel. I mean, we're gonna have weekly races here every time, and we have the awesome F1 cars that are coming in. That is gonna be amazing. Keep your eyes peeled for that. I don't know when we're gonna post those races, but we're gonna start doing them tomorrow. It's gonna be amazing. Team Chris had to slow down there. So did Oh, what was that? No, 122.004. Wow. You can't get any closer than that, I think. Here comes Montana cruising speed up through there. So he's got a solid, Rhymes has got a solid lead here. He's got a position where, nice license plate too, possessed. He's got a nice position here to hold his area. I do want to thank everybody that tunes in. I want to thank Sneaky Giraffe. We do a lot of thinking with him. He's the guy that really created this series or you know, produced it, basically. We were lucky enough to tell. Oh, what was that? Was that Shaney? Shaney has dropped off the pace here all the way back to 4th position. It looked like he hit something in the wall and he was suddenly just not there anymore. That is going to be quite the vacuum if he can't make up his time today. That changes pretty much everything. Team Chris is only 3 points, I think, off of the front lead here. And him having that front lap is going to be a big deal, but best lap will be a big deal. But the race isn't over, and that put the top guy way back in the pack. I don't even know where he's at. Let's go back and check to see where's he at. Shaney back in the 4th position here. Let's hope he stays under par to get that. Yeah, he's got a way back. You can see on the map below kind of the distances he's working up through. So he's still in that 4th place position, but here's Montana. And Montana's got some distance on the front guys here. But this has turned into, awkwardly, a Rhymes and Team Chris fight. Rhymes 4th in points behind DeathPercepshun. And Team Chris is in 2nd. This may actually change the dynamic here. This could actually turn and that's what I talked about at the very beginning of the race. This is the race that shakes everything up. It changes everything because this is the one. It's very difficult to stay under par. It's difficult to do pretty much anything. And that's the thing is it corrects you. It has points in it that are tough to get right. There's areas that are tough to move around in. There are things in here that really try to ruin your race experience. And that's something that's going to play a key role here. And sure enough, it has. It's become a 2-horse race here with Team Chris. It looked like something happened to Montana too. Let's see where Montana's still in 3rd with the 122.116. There may just be a race back here with Shaney and Montana that we don't know about. So let's move back to that real quick. So how far? No, he's still got a lot of pace to go. Still getting squirrely too. So I'm sure he's sitting there asking everybody if they want to slow down. But Montana's still got a big lead on him. So let's go back up with Rhymes. Today would be a great day for Rhymes to make a move on those top points. He has been having solid showings throughout the series with scores like 5, 5, 3, and 6. So that may seem a little late package, but that's the thing is being consistent like that puts you above the middle of the track. I mean, DeathPercepshun really has had a good showing with these 8, 7, but then he had a 2 and a 5, so that kind of dropped him off a little bit. Team Chris has been a little high with her finishes. She's got 6, 8, 6, 7 for points. Shaney was dominating with a 9, 5, 8, and 8. But as you can see, we're talking 1 or 2 points differences between each of them. Those add up really fast. Like between 5th and 1st place is only 15 points. So that's the thing. One race of winning, one thing and coming not in the backpack could push them back up. And we still have ton of more races to go. I mean, we're in 5 of 13 races right now, so things can change, and it looks like they're changed right now. Team Chris, who also was our last champion in Fucara, dominated that series and then played IFRU right after, and actually showed me how to race part-time races right afterwards. And I think I did a really good showing. I was a solid second. I was only about 1 point off from being competitive with her, but she gave me the run that I needed, and I had screwed up very first race and second race. I was very upset with myself. I was like, hey, you designed this whole entire point system, and you're going to screw it up. Like, yep, I'm going to do it. But it was cool because it taught me a lot of lessons about how the points should go and how to make them more competitive. And that's how we ended up with the point system we have right now, which I'm super happy about. So here we go with a 2-dog race here. It's just amazing to see how this is panning out. Team Chris is just kind of moving out there all by herself. Usually we spend a little bit more time on Team Chris, so she's got a lot of area. She's gone ahead here and just has done it. I guess that's a little Brian dedication back there. I don't know who Brian is. I'm guessing it's Fast and Furious. We'll have to ask her later about what that means. One thing that I wanted to do with this series, we're getting a little bit more professional. We have a nice little cover photo. We have a little intro music. This thing has been 4 years right now in the making, and it's been exciting to be a part of what has become AWC right now and being able to present it to you guys. But that's the thing is it's something where we keep wanting to continue to expand things to make things better, to give you guys a more competitive race that's fun to watch and fun to see. These races really take a lot more than you'd expect to put them together, finding the tracks, dialing the tracks, and sometimes it's easier. Like we have big shout out to Mondeler, for instance. He is a huge racetrack guy. I'm subscribed to him on his other YouTube channel where he does features racing events and things of that nature. But he is just one of the best track creators. We use a lot of his tracks. But the king, in my opinion, of track making right now is Chapman. I think it's CHAP. Oh, he did it again. Got a lot of space there to make up for it. We're going to go back to, I feel bad for him right now. But Chapman, CHAPMANN. Chapman has been pretty much the guy that's been our go-to guy for a long time for making tracks. And he's incredible at making the stuff that has really motivated me to put more emphasis into looking for stuff and looking for creativity. And we have a couple of dudes that we really just kind of go to that are really good track creators for stuff like this. With Fucara and Sport GT, I like to be a little bit more creative with the track events. I like to be able to put more emphasis on the new tracks that are out there and see how they're going to pan out. So it's fun to look at new stuff and race these new tracks and see new track designers. That's how we found Chapman. That's how we found a lot of guys. I've known Mondeler for a long time because he was involved in other racing series with me. He's a great guy. Really love talking to him, racing his events and stuff. So if you get a chance, this is the only series out there. I know this is easily one of the more difficult series to race in. We're a lot more stringent about how we keep things under control here that they don't in other series. Like for other series, it's just bring a car and race. But that's the other thing is you get a lot of guys that are curb boosting, using a lot of those glitch tricks and traps and stuff like that so that they can be more competitive drivers, if you will. And that changes a lot of the dynamic for you guys. But those guys are still some of the best guys you're ever going to race with, some of the fun guys to be around. So if that's the thing is that you're not looking for the highest competitive nature stuff and you're looking for really just an open kind of event, check those guys out. They're always fun to be around. they do their best to make things nice and competitive. They, like Mondeler, for all the time, he'll make a race that's just specifically one vehicle or the other. And that's the thing is that's how they put their stuff together. So it's always fun to watch. It's always fun to, do the competitive thing. But yeah, one day when you get big enough and cool enough to be able to race in this thing, give us a call and we'll be happy to have you on for one of our pendulous races, which is where we figure out who's going to be, if they can cut the mustard to be in this division. As you can see, there's not a lot of banging. There's not a lot of crashing here, which is kind of weird other than the person running into the wall there. Even with this tough track here, Team Chris has run a ton of laps here and she has 16 laps where she's going to run a race here and not hit anything. And that's big competition. And there it is as we go across the line. Team Chris has done it. So we're going to have to see with the points at the bottom in the description how this is going to turn out, because it has definitely changed everything around. Montana thankfully got hit. Oh, he dropped to the 121. That leaves the 122. Montana did. So Shaney with the 122.004 gets his bonus. That's going to put Montana back. It's going to move Shaney up enough, so maybe he'll be able to do a little bit more. So thank you guys for tuning in. It has been great. This is your 5th season of AWC concluded out. This is your host, VIPPrimo. Thank you guys for signing in for Monaco GP. Check you out soon. Remember, see you next Sunday. Have a great day. Bye.